morning, everyone. I am Bloom, your same favorite cabin crew coach. You might have seen me on TikTok or if you subscribe to this channel. Welcome back. Today, our background has changed a little bit because I want to show you my messy creative side so that we can talk about something less tangible to become a cabin crew or actually to achieve any of your career goals, any of your life goals or your dream life. Something that is really important that we don't get to talk about enough because it's not tangible enough is manifestation. But you know what? It's not that intangible. There's a part of this concept that is not too hard for human mind to understand. To become a cabin crew, apart from focusing on the tangible goals like practice your English skills, get ready for your assessment days, it is also very important to focus on your mind. I would like you to think about your dream life right now. What do you see? What do you see in front of you? What are you doing? What are you eating? What do you do when you wake up? What do you do during the day? Apart from working, what do you play? What are your hobbies? Who are your friends? Where do you live? What do you do before going to bed? What time are you going to bed? What time will you be waking up? How would you like to feel when you wake up? These things are not just your dream life, it's your dream lifestyle. And a lot of people might think that we will get to do something we want only when we already have something. For example, you might have imagined becoming a cabin crew as a lifestyle. It is a lifestyle, but you might think about eating more healthily, going to the gym, surrounded by friends, making friends across the world. That's actually very possible if you become a cabin crew. But some of you might also think that you can't do that unless you already become a cabin crew. But that's not true. And actually, that is the opposite. Some of the lifestyle that you want to have that you think it only come when you become something is actually not true. For example, if you want to wake up and doing morning yoga for 15 minutes every day, eating salad, writing journal, and show up as your best self, you don't need to be a cabin crew or a certain thing to do those things. You can actually wake up in the same room, same morning, same house, and do those things now. Let's see a better picture. Think about your current life now as a zero, just for the example. And think about your goal, like becoming a cabin crew, becoming content creator, becoming a billionaire as a goal, as 100. It is very hard to jump from the zero to the 100. It is not possible. And when it is not possible, your subconscious actually think that it is not possible. Even though your conscious mind made up your mind that everything I need is possible, I will do hard work to become a cabin crew. You might think that one day when I become a cabin crew, I will look so beautiful every time I go outside of my house and I will smile to everyone as my best self because I'm so pretty and people can recognize it. And you can do it today. You can actually go outside and feel the most beautiful right now, even without that goal. So if you start doing some of your dream lifestyles now, it will manifest your dream life easier. And it's not going to be like jumping from 0 to 100. It's more going to be like jumping from 0 to 10, from 10 to 50, from 50 to 90, and to the 100. And suddenly you get the job that you always want to do. We can talk about the iceberg theory from Sigmund Freud. This is a picture imitating your mind. There are conscious mind, the part that is visible from the water, which is yourself right now. Whatever you think right now, whatever you acknowledge yourself thinking, speaking, doing, that is the visible iceberg part. And then the subconscious is the one beneath the water that no one actually sees it, even yourself. And what is it? It is the thoughts that you don't realize you're thinking. It is the actions, the behavior that you are doing without realizing where is it come from, why are you doing this, or sometimes you don't even know that you are doing it. For example, you might want to wake up earlier and eat healthier, but you never actually do it. Why? Why is that? Because your consciousness want to do it, but deep down your subconsciousness doesn't allow you to actually do it. Why is that? Maybe you're thinking subconsciously that you're scared of changing. You're scared that if you wake up earlier, your life will change. It is funny, but it's true. You might be scared that if you eat healthily, then you might lose the happiness that you get from random food. Or deep down, you know that if you actually do it, your life will change. You know that if you do it, then you might have to put more effort on yourself. That's fair, that's natural. Human is the beings that claim to comfort. They build us to become comfortable with something, and we tend to stay in that bubble because it is safe. But the truth is, if you stay in the same place, then you never grow. And that's why growth can become scary because it needs change. And these unknown or unseen subconsciousness can become something that sabotage yourself from achieving your dream goals. You might want to become a cabin crew so much, so much. But maybe deep down, you might be scared of changing, of moving to different countries, of breaking from your comfort zone. Or the most common is having fear of failure. So for some people who really want to become a cabin crew or anything, they want it, but they never actually apply for it or never actually show up into the interview because deep down they are scared of being rejected. What if I go and I don't pass? I want to feel ready before applying for the job. And exactly like how I told you, you cannot jump from 0 to 100. Before you jump to the 100, before you become a cabin crew, at least you need to go to the interview. And even though you got rejected at the point 10, it doesn't mean that you are going back to the 0. In fact, you actually growing and you don't really realize how close you are to the goal. So now we have talked about your dream life and the dream lifestyles that come with it, that you actually don't need to wait to achieve your goal in order to actually start doing it now. We talk about how subconsciousness can play the role in sabotaging your own dreams. Now you might want to know, how can we stop that from happening? How can we get to know our subconsciousness more? It's really hard. There's a lot of things beneath that water. Your subconsciousness is really big and it's not really easy to spot exactly what you think. And that's why we have this concept of manifestation, which basically works like putting the same action, the same words, doing it again and again in your everyday life until it becomes true. So let's take a look at the iceberg again. The iceberg, on the top of it, you think that you are very beautiful, you're very confident, you're very smart. Then your subconsciousness might be thinking that I'm not worthy of love. I don't actually feel so pretty. Your subconscious plays from the memories you have as a child. Maybe when you were young, you might got bullied, you might got rejected in any kind of form. And then in that part of the iceberg doesn't actually work together with what your consciousness believes. And you might not know that. You might not actually realize that what other have said to you 10 years ago or when you were 5-year old actually sticks so tight to your subconsciousness. How you can do it in a very easy way is to list down the beliefs that you really want to carry on with you to your dream life. For example, if you really want to believe that you are beautiful, or you are very smart, or you are worthy of love, worthy of your dream life, then list that down. as a tangible sentence that you can read it every day or you can speak it every day, how it would affect us. You might not see it shortly, or you might never get to see the progress actually. Because as I told you, we are working with something that is unknown, that we don't really see in the first place. I might be doing public speaking on the stage for the first time. It's marvelous and people love it, right? But maybe right after I finished the talk, I came down the stage and might think to myself that, oh my God, that was embarrassing. It's so bad. I might think that consciously. What I can do if I speak to myself enough every day, if I speak that I am capable of doing anything, my mistakes don't define my worth. If I keep saying that every day, in that moment, I can actually replace the thoughts. For example, I might be saying, oh my God, that was so embarrassing. I was so bad at that. No, Bloom, you were magnificent. What you do is very brave. Your mistake doesn't define your worth, doesn't define how good you are. It could work like that. So for now, what you can do is to write down the beliefs, the thoughts, anything that you want to carry with you and want to remind yourself in the note anywhere, and try to speak it as much as possible. Speak it to yourself, looking at yourself in the mirror and talk to yourself. Or you can even read it out loud every night before bed. That's actually pretty much of it. I still have something I would like to share. There are lots of times that we get to be on social media and we look at people who is looking like they're living your dream life. Either you look at an influencer who get a lot of money or make a lot of money, people who become cabin crews in the exact company that you want, living the exact life that you dream of. They are not better than you. They are just humans. They have their own flaws, their own journey, their own traumas. They have their own things to go through, just like us. But maybe it looks in a different way. Just remember that all of us all have the different, unique journeys. And just because you don't get to live the life you want yet, doesn't mean that you are failing. Doesn't mean that you don't deserve your dream life. Doesn't mean that you can't do it. It actually means that you are exactly where you're supposed to be right now. You might have some lessons that you need to learn right now at this moment. And that's why it requires you to stay exactly where you are and not getting the job and fly yet. Think about this. If you want to be a cabin crew, it means that you need to fly from wherever you are to base in that country to be able to join the training and actually work and fly with them almost every day. This is not easy. It's not something that your mind can understand that, oh my God, tomorrow my life will change. The friends I have here will not be with me. I will not get to hang out with the friends I have here the way I used to anymore. I don't get to be as close with my family, my cats, or my partners anymore. I will not get to do the exact same thing that I'm doing every day. In fact, I have to do the whole different things in another country, surrounded by new people that I don't know who they are. This is big, but I still want to remind you that you can trust yourself, trust the God, trust the universe, and know that what is made for you will become yours. But right now, there might be some unseen reasons that keep you here. You don't know it yet what it is, but one day you will understand it when you look back. What I do personally to get back to the trust and faith in myself, in the universe, lots of times, is by looking back to the moments when I didn't get exactly what I want at that time. And somehow looking back to these journeys makes so much sense. So I want to remind you that maybe right now things seem unclear or you might feel lost. It is actually very normal. A lot of things will make more sense when you look back, not looking forward. And actually, when you feel lost, it's a good sign. It means that you are in the transition. You are moving somewhere. You don't know, but actually your life is changing. And that's why you feel lost because you never experienced this thing before. And when you never experienced this exact thing, it means that you learn how it's like to experience this. You learn how to grow, how to go through it, how to elevate and expand your life. So I hope that what I say today makes some sense to you and I can help you in some way. I hope you stay safe, be comfy, take good care of yourself, looking beautiful every day. Um, Eat nourishing food, show up to yourself, okay? And I know that one day, soon enough, you will get to live your dream life. Just never give up. Even in the hardest time, remember to speak nicely to yourself. Don't be so harsh on yourself. Not everything that happens is your fault or anyone else's. Just remember to be soft to yourself. Trust yourself that whatever you're doing, you do it your best and you only have good intention for yourself. Keep learning, keep getting to know yourself more. And I think the most importantly to become anything you want is actually having self-love. Actually learn about yourself, know yourself, heal yourself. It's not an easy journey. Actually, it's not an easy journey, but it's not too hard. It is possible to go through it. You just need to trust in yourself and never give up. You can be tired, you can go to sleep, you can wake up to a day that you don't want to move. It's fine. Just know that the great happiness and the great sadness always comes together. It is the opposite side, it is the opposite spectrum. If you have experienced the great sadness before, then one day you will get to experience the great happiness as well. What you need to do now is just to feel everything that you're feeling. That's the right thing to do. We are human. We're supposed to feel the emotions, and that's the blessing. And just do your best. That's all. Take a step at a time, no matter what you're going through. Just focus on the next step. It can be very small, and then just do it. Don't focus much on the past or the future because the only thing that you can participate is actually the present, and the present is a present. So that's all I want to talk to you in this video. And I hope that you like this video and subscribe to this channel and hope to see you again very soon. Goodbye.